And I'll ask you the same question we asked Joey. How'd it go?
Yeah, what'd you learn?
We didn't. We left smarter than where we came, and that's always what you want to do when you come to a test. You know, obviously you have some bad changes, but I thought the positive ones, we have more positive ones than negative changes today, and that's what you want when you come to a test. And I think everyone did a great job. We have a brand new truck, so we kind of got some bugs worked out in the beginning of it. And like Joey said, you can try different things. You know, we spent probably half an hour on one change just making sure we got it right, just because it's a test, and that's the benefits of coming here. Not on a race weekend, you can try bigger stuff and experiment a little bit, and we did that today and found some stuff, positive or negative. So overall, I was really happy with how we ended the day, and great that we can get some track time. We're on the new right side tire, we're on the Cup guys tire, so that was good to get some laps on that and see how different the truck is.
Harrison.
You were out there with the Cup guys same time. You learned anything line-wise or how they attack this speedway?
No, you know, it's pretty much the same. It's just, you know, I followed Brad there, I think, one of our last runs, and he just pulled out in front of me, and not a lot you can learn here. You know, they definitely have a different line than we do, just because they have a lot more motor. They have to kind of position themselves differently to get off the corner. We can get wide open pretty easy without any tire spin, and they have to really feather it. So they kind of attack the corner a little bit differently. I tried it, and it just doesn't really work as well. There's a lot of momentum in the trucks. Cup guys can go in there pretty fast and kind of stop and kind of poke the way around the corner and then gas it and get off. So you can't really do that in the truck. So it's definitely different driving styles, and I think that's why you don't see any Cup guys really want to run the truck race here. You know, Kevin Harvick does a little bit, but like Kyle Busch won't run, Brad doesn't want to run, just because it kind of messes with their rhythm and their line of how they run the Cup cars. So can't really learn too much from them, but it was nice to, you know, wave to them by down the straightaway. That was neat. But I know a couple guys had the, I know Penske car, and I think Menard had some of next year's rules, the small spoiler and that little spacer deal. So I think that looked kind of cool to watch. It's cool that they can get some laps on that.
Okay.
Ryan, you're making a start this weekend at Talladega in the Cup. Is it in a 12 car?
Yeah.
What do you expect? What are your expectations going into them?
You know, they've always ran a third Penske car at Talladega, I think, for a couple of years now, and it's cool that I'll be able to get in it and be able to run that race. You know, you never know what can happen, and you know, we're there to help out as much as possible. Especially Brad, you know, try to help him and you know, stick with him all day and try to get him, you know, whatever he needs, I'm there for. You know, and then that's kind of the, you know, not the whole meeting, but you know, the meeting's giving me some experience on a super speedway in a Cup car, but you know, we got to help out those guys as much as we can. And like Joey was saying, you know, yeah, he's going to be racing for a win, and I am too, but at the same time, we really have to focus on trying to get two Penske cars in the next round. And that's my main focus right now, but I think we'll have a good car. Jeremy Bullens is going to be on the crew chief for that, and they've always had great speed at super speedway, so I'm really looking forward to getting out there, and the last 5 laps are definitely going to be something else.
You talked about how different the trucks and the cars race here. Is it more similar at Talladega?
Yeah,
then?
It's a lot more similar. Just talking to my dad a little bit, and then Brad, you know, they don't drive really much differently in the draft. You can carry over a lot more things to Talladega from here, from a truck to a nation or a Cup car, I should say. Maybe in the draft they'll act a little bit differently, but as far as most things, they're pretty similar.
A lot closer. Okay.
Stand and Ken.
Did you know you were going to run the Talladega race before last weekend's
yeah, this has been
event?
on our schedule the whole year.
Okay.
Kansas and Talladega were on our schedule since the beginning.
And how much experience do you have at that track where you're going to, so that you'll feel comfortable in running that event?
I probably ran on it. I ran a truck there 2012, 13, and I ran the nationwide race there this year. So this will be my, counting the truck race, it will be 4th or 5th race there. So I'm pretty comfortable. I like speedway racing. There's definitely a lot of strategy, a lot of gamesmanship between drivers, and I think that's what makes it pretty fun. And you know, it's kind of choosing the right line at the right time. Sometimes it's luck, but other times a little bit of skill and strategy can go into it. So hopefully we'll have both on our side.
Thank you.
You've got not as many laps at this track as a lot of other people here, including your father and everybody else. How much have you had to lean on them as far as trying to originally get your way around this track? And I guess now that you've got a full day of testing, how much did today help in you just getting comfortable with your line and with how the truck's supposed to feel getting around here?
Yeah, this is definitely, I can easily say this is my worst track that we go to. I've not had a good track record here. I've struggled here a lot just as a driver. And first year coming here in 2012, I thought we'd be pretty good here. You know, coming from all the short track stuff and having success in that, and I've struggled here so much. And it's taken a lot of talking to my dad, talking to Brad, some other guys, how to get around here. And yeah, definitely coming to tests like this to kind of refresh my memory. Yeah, I think we were in 5th in the first race this year, and led a couple laps in that too. And you know, it's nice to get out here and test. And I wanted to go here. You know, even after the first race, I said we got to go back to Martinsville, just for the team to get better, for me to get better. And I think coming back today definitely helps me get a little bit more refreshed for a couple weeks here.
Anybody else?
Well, what is your biggest challenge at Martinsville Speedway?
It's hard to, you know, yeah, you break it down, it's just a lot of rolling speed. You have to carry so much rolling speed in a truck here. And what I've been used to, you know, like when I ran super late models and everything, it was kind of like a cup car here. You could blitz off in the corner, stand on the brake, and get it pointed, and you had so much horsepower in the super late model, you could dart off the corner, kind of like a cup car. I think I do a lot better here in a cup car than I do in a truck, just because it's, you know, it's not how I was brought up racing. You know, that's just not how I've done it, and it's taken a while to try to get used to that and beat it into my head where you got to roll really fast here, and whether that means picking the gas up really late around the corner is what you got to do. One, to save your tire and keep your speed. So just taking a while here. My dad's helped me out a ton. It was awesome to have. He was here today for a couple hours, being able to see what I was doing. So it was nice to have him here, and cool to have the support of all those guys to help me get better.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thanks, guys.